Good morning and a very warm welcome from the Petronas Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. You join us for the second round and the second race of the Petronas of the Idemitsu Motor4 Asia Cup happening at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit. Yesterday, as you saw from the highlights, it was Kaim Razin that managed to snatch the victory away from Kotaro Togashi and Kabel Irfan, and it was quite the race. It looked like Kabel set everything perfectly all throughout the 11th lap, and right in the end, by an absolute pairs with Kaim Razin took the victory away and really struck us by a bit of a surprise because Kaim dropped to the back of the pack midway through the race and slowly built his way up. It was an impressive ride by the young Malaysian and claimed his first victory in the Motor4 Asia Cup in 2026. Now, the double winner from the Sepang International Circuit, Hayato Chisiki, finished up in 7th, and that sends him in the championship. Well, it still holds the lead by just about 13 points, so Kabel closing the gap. Here's another look at the 15 turns of the 5.5 kilometer long circuit. It's a right-hand dominant circuit, 10 right turns, 5 on the left. Sepang always brings us some amazing action as we saw yesterday. And it's all going to come down once again to that turn 15 battle. How do they exit out of turn 15? It's a tricky turn, and there is the former Motor4 Asia Cup champion, Hakim Danish. Good to see Hakim Danish in attendance here for this weekend. I think he'll be very proud to see what his younger compatriots are doing, the likes of Kaim and Kabel. This is the road to MotoGP. This is the pathway. It's proven time and time again, and Hakim Danish, one of the few who have already made it through in recent years. As well as Veda Ega as well. Veda Ega Pratama, another young Indonesian who's very, very impressive in this Moto3 World Championship rookie season. Zafami Khairuddin there as well, one of the legendary Malaysian riders who also made way through the Moto3 World Championship as well as the Moto2 World Championship. Zafami very involved with the Moto Mini Malaysia program, which has delivered riders such as Kabel Irfan and Hakim Danish. There's Kabel there. He starts from pole once again after a brilliant qualifying session, qualifying with a time of 2:16.849. Now, I wonder what's in Kabel's mind. His father there gives him a hug. I think Kabel was a bit gutted with how yesterday went, but nevertheless he has shown his brilliance. And starting from second on the grid will be Kotaro Togashi. He's been consistent, and championship-wise that puts him with 45 points after 3 races. He only trails by just 14 points behind his fellow compatriot Hayato Chisiki. Starting from third will be Waku Kunitate. Waku Kunitate had another good race as well yesterday, but just missed out on the points. Waku was with the front group the whole time, and he looks quite threatening, especially in the last few laps. A podium in race 1 for Waku. Back in the at the Chang International Circuit. Going a bit further back, this is Kaim Razin, yesterday's race winner. Kaim set a really good pace yesterday. Had the fastest lap at one point, and with a 2:17.248, and he did that quite late on lap number 8. I think Kaim will hold his head high. I think there's nothing sweeter for a racer than to win on home soil. So Kaim, he'll be pumped, he'll be ready, and we're starting super early in the morning. It's 9:29 a.m. right now. We're scheduled to be underway at around 9:30 a.m. So these riders have just woken up and they need to get ready and busy. That's Kabel Irfan's father there, always involved in Kabel's development, and why has he created one special rider. And there's another special rider, Hakim Danish, race winner in Moto3 this season. How many more will he get? This is the pathway to MotoGP that's been proven with riders such as Ayogura, Somket Chantra, We're concluding this second round of the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup here at the Sepang International Circuit with race 2 Sunday morning. It's going to be a good one. We had such a great race yesterday. It can only get better. And the green flags wave now as they head out for their sighting lap. We're going to have 11 laps, 19 riders. This is how the starting grid looks for race 2. In first place, pole position is Kabel Irfan. Second is Kotaro Togashi. Third is Waku Kunitate. In row 2, Bintang Pranata leads from 4th. 5th is Haruki Matsuyama. 6th is yesterday's race winner, Kaim Razin. In 7th is Reski Yusuf. In 8th is Tirin Fleming. 9th is Hayato Chisiki. 10th is Pacharagon Tongatlung. 11th is Jut Plastid. 12th is Mahdi Salim. Kicking off row 5 and 13th is Jake Page. 14th is Notpropong Bumprawes. 15th is Moman Nakid. 16th is Moman Badli. 17th is Maulana Malik. 18th is Wen Zesong. 19th is Tanuchanon Sritpasuwan. And in 20th is Xu Yuchen. 20 riders for the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup in round 2. 20 riders to try fight for the title. As of right now, championship is still very much alive after 2 rounds. Well, almost up to 2 rounds. 3 races. We are concluding round 2 with the second race today. Currently in contention, or very close to the top. The 5 riders: Hayato Shishiki, Kabel Irfan, Kotaro Togashi, Waku Kunitate, Bintang Pranata. Those are the ones to look out for in this race, and we have to consider Kaim Razin as well. Could be a big threat once again in race 2. And this could bring him much closer into the top 3 fight for the 2026 championship title. Come on to turn 14 now. This is going to be a crucial zone. We saw Kabel trying to extract as much as he could out of turn 14 to get that little bit of extra drive down into 15. Yesterday, it didn't turn out so well for Kabel. Still a decent finish, but he really wanted P1. What's it gonna be like after 11 laps in race 2 today? Make their way around the big conversation point, turn 15. How different will it be today? Will it be the same 3 fighting for the podium positions? Will it be the same group of 6 that we saw yesterday? Kotaro Togashi comes up to the front now. Togashi will start from P2. Waku Kunitate from P3. Waku had a great start in yesterday's race 1. Number 14 there is Kabel Irfan, the pole sitter for the second race here at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit for round 2 of the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup. The green flag is waved behind the grid. 4 red lights will be shown, and we are off. It's a good start this time from Kabel Irfan, much better than he did yesterday. Waku Kunitate slightly sluggish off the line, but leading the way now into turn 1 is still Kabel Irfan. On the inside is going to be Togashi. Togashi's going to have a look. Togashi goes up into the lead, and the number 3 of Bintang Pranata moves up into 3rd. Around turn 1 we go, and it's clean from all the 20 riders that we have. This time round, it's still Togashi who leads the way. Kabel now. What's going to be Kabel's race plan? It seemed like he had that extra pace all throughout the weekend. Will he try to make a break for it? It's nearly impossible to do in these lightweight classes, but there goes Kabel now on the inside at turn 4, and so does Waku Kunitate. Waku goes up into 3rd place. Kabel now leads the way as we tip into turn 5. The sunlight casting a real nice shadow as we come across turn 5. It's still rising up as the heat builds up, and once again Kabel going wide out of turn 6. We saw that all throughout yesterday's race 1. He's trying to get as early of an exit out of turn 6 as possible is Kabel Irfan. They form up now into turn 9. Is anyone going to show a front wheel yet? And on the inside, Togashi goes late on the brakes. I think Togashi, he's pretty much realized that Kabel has been so strong throughout turn 9. It's been difficult to slow him down there, so he's had to try and just disrupt his rhythm a little bit. Togashi now leads from Kabul. Bintang goes back up into third, the number 3. Bintang, one of the strong Indonesian riders coming up from the Astro Honda camp. He's had a couple of wild cards last season, so he's a bit more familiar now with the Moto4 bikes. Slowly making his progress known, and as of right now, Togashi leads the way from Kabul down the back straight. It's lap number 1 of 11 that we're just about to complete. And it looks like as of right now we have a much larger group for the front battle. Kabul gets the slipstream and leads the way into turn 15, but Kabul goes a bit wide. Kabul goes well wide then, side by side there with Togashi. Kabul looking a bit more eager this morning. And this disrupts his pace that he's had all this weekend. On the inside there, look at that Waku Kunitati. He looks like he's got a great drive to head into turn 1, but it's Bintang Pranata who tries to show a front wheel in front of Togashi. Togashi still really full of confidence on the brakes there. Togashi looks like a new young lad this morning. It's a much more confident ride from Kotaro Togashi. Bintang now looks to set it on the inside of turn 4. Did Bintang get a good drive out of turn 3? Bintang does get a great drive out of turn 3 and takes away the lead from Togashi. Bintang for the first time in race 2 leads the way now. Where's Kabul gone? Kabul's gone a bit backwards now. So perhaps Kabul just starting at the opening lap. He wants to try and make a move for it. Oh, someone's tried to squeeze their way through turn 6 there. That was a bold move. I don't really catch who that was, but Kabul, perhaps that early lap was just a test. He wanted to see whether he could make a quick breakaway, but things quickly realized that's not quite possible at this point. But Bintang leads away, but Togashi on the inside at turn 9. Look at how strong Togashi is on the brakes. Togashi has found some extra bit of confidence after last night's sleep. Now Kabul sits in third there, the number 14. Bintang comfortable in second place. And Bintang's just trying to buy himself some time. We're only in lap number 2 of 11. Still plenty of racing to go as they enter into turn 14 now. The long right-hander as they pick up the throttle. Someone legs it a bit wide. I tell you what, everyone's kept it nice and clean and neat there. In yesterday's race we saw the likes of Kabul and a couple of others going right to the edge of the curbs there. Looks like Bintang's got a great slipstream, so did Kabul, but Kabul not close enough. Bintang will take the inside line into turn 15. Togashi this time can't really respond actually as strong as he would like. Bintang now leading the way to complete the second lap. As it stands on lap number 3 now that we've begun. Bintang leads the way, followed by Togashi, followed by Kabul, but will Kabul line up a move now at turn 1? Togashi enters the lead. Kabul rises up into second place. A nice clean battle that we're having. It's nothing too alarming in terms of the overtaking maneuvers that we've had so far. Everyone's just trying to be a bit calm, but it has allowed for quite a large front group. We have 9 riders within 2 seconds. Judd Placid, a much better race from Judd. Bintang there, having a look on the inside. Leading the way still Togashi. You can see that just visually many more riders are packed into this group. Judd Placid who's done a 217.9 and set the fastest first sector, so look out for the young Aussie. Nopropong Bumprawez as well is still in this. Much better start for the young Thai rider Haruki Matsuyama. Dropped that slightly bit, down in 10th right now, Haruki Matsuyama, who started 5th. Kabul now back into the lead as we enter into turn 9. Will Togashi sitting on the inside, not this time round. Kayan there, you could see the number 19. He was a bit eager to try and find a way through at turn 9. But look at this group that we have here. It's close with the front 7, and we've got about 4 more riders behind the front group of 7 that are not too far away, and they could catch them at any time. Into turn 12, 13, and now rolling into turn 14, leading the way. Kabul Irfan still trying to find the victory, which he would have felt that snatched away from him in a really cruel way. It was so unfortunate for Kabul, doing everything right yesterday, but just at the end, look on the inside now. Bintang tries to line up a move, but Togashi gets the slipstream and goes into the lead, and it's Wako Kuritate who does a double overtake into turn 15. Kuritate, do not discount him. He's been really consistent so far in the 3 races that we've had this season. Yet to have a victory. He's looking like he's going to be a victor at some point. On the inside there goes Kuritate. It's a nice move from him. Clean on the brakes ahead of Togashi. Kabul now still leading the way. For the past lap and this current point, it does look quite similar to yesterday's race rhythm. The pace, we're looking at the mid 217s. Yuki Matsuyama has just set at 217.2. On the inside there, Kaim Razin tried to find a move to move up into 4th. In this group, we still have 9 riders within 2 seconds. Pupong Bumprawa is just dropping it slightly. Haruki Matsuyama, once again, not the greatest of starts here at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit, but he does find a great race pace about midway through. Toshiki, championship leader yesterday, didn't really get the best out of himself, but this time around he's looking poised a little bit better in P6. He's with this group right now. Yesterday, Toshiki just dropping off the pace at about midway through. But Toshiki, it's all going to be about that midway point. Can he stick with this front group here at the Sepang International Circuit? Now tips it into turn 12. It's going to be a flip to the right for turn 13, and then into 14. Togashi and Kuritate just hot on the heels of Cavalier Fun. That reminds me a bit of the season that we saw of Ryoto Ogiwara. His battles here at Sepang. Cavalier pulls out a bit wide as Togashi goes through on the inside. Bintang as well comes up into 2nd. Razin trying to find a move up into 3rd, but Kabul shuts the door as they make their way around turn 15. Now once again, Togashi leads the way down the front straight, the Petronas Sepang International Circuit for the Idemitsu Motor4 Asia Cup. Barely anything in it between this top 9. Right down to Haruki Matsuyama, we've got 9 riders within 2 seconds. It's still early days in this race. It's really all about that second half. Once we cross lap number 6, that's where it's really business hour. Kabul now tries to chase down Togashi. Kaim Razin right behind him. I think they've been trying non-stop to try and break away from this leading group, but it's not going to be easy. 7 laps remaining in race 2 for the Idemitsu Motor4 Asia Cup as they tip into turn 5. The speed that some of these riders are carrying through, you can see the differences there when they start shuffling about. Some riders just find that extra bit of edge grip to carry just a little bit more through. Last lap, Wako Kuritate has just set the fastest lap of the race at 2:17.2. Looking a bit faster than we were yesterday. I mean, the temperatures are a bit cooler, so it's a bit more decent track temps for some good lap times, and that's what's being shown right now. 2:17.2 for Wako Kuritate is the fastest race lap of the weekend. Actually, I'm still leading the way. It's in the same order as we were on turn 1 earlier in this lap, but Kaim Razin now wants to change that up. He moves up into 2nd. He feels that he has that extra bit of pace now once again. Kaim, another product of the Moto Mini Malaysia program. Up in the back straight now. Everybody pulling out of the slipstream. Waku now, the number 8, looks to take the inside line ahead of Cavalier Fun, and he does make that move stick. Kaim still holds on to 2nd place. across the line. Now Kayam actually moves up into first place after turn 15. So Kayam got a great drive out of turn 15, but side by side there, squeezed out by Togashi and Co. Kayam was a bit surprised there. There goes Bintang now. What a move from Bintang. Bintang moves up into second, right behind Togashi, but look at the rhythm that Togashi has. No matter what happens, he just finds his way back to the front. Togashi is running full of confidence. Fastest lap of the race. Once again, it's Haruki Matsuyama with a 2:17.006. Bintang, look at the aggression from Bintang. He moves up into fourth. Bintang feels he's got a little bit more, and he wants to lead the pack through. There's Haruki Matsuyama. You can just see him at the back of this pack right now. 2.6 away from the leader across the line, so Haruki Matsuyama needs to start chasing. Haruki Matsuyama is just clustered in 10th, in 9th and 8th. About 5 tenths faster than the leading pack in front of them, so they do need to get a boogie on. There they are now. There's Judd. You can see him right at the back of this group. Kayam looks to take an inside line at turn 9. Not close enough on this occasion. Literally 3 abreast with Haruki Matsuyama there at the back of the pack. Back at the front, Togashi once again. Relentless. Togashi just always finds a way back into the lead. And right now we do have a group of 9 riders right down to Haruki Matsuyama. Nopofon Bumpravet has just dropped back slightly. Ooh, we have a bike in the middle of the track. That is at the exit of turn 8, I believe. That is quite unfortunate. Couldn't catch whose bike that was. I have a feeling it was a Mama Naked, which would mean it's a double DNF for Naked. And what a shame for the young Malaysian. But now back at the front, Kayam Razin takes the lead once again across turn 15. Looks like Kayam has just that bit of extra edge around turn 15, and I think he's going to practice, or maybe all of these moves were practiced for the final lap. Saw someone nearly going on the seat. I think that was number 16 of Chishiki. Into turn 1 now. Kayam still leads the way. He looks eager, he looks confident. He's trying to find every way possible to make it a double victory this weekend. Absolutely huge for his 2026 campaign, and it will bring him much closer to number 16 of Hayato Chishiki, who stands would just about be holding on to that championship lead. Into turn 4, Kayam still leading the way. Bintang takes the inside line into turn 4. This is where it gets really crucial. 5 laps remaining, 4 laps and a half at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit. Who has saved it for the last couple of laps? Who has measured their possibility of taking the lead into turn 15? Into the lead there was Baku Kunitate, the number 8. And a nice slick entry into turn 7. Build up now into turn 9. And on the inside, Togashi has a look. Pablo now. We haven't mentioned Pablo much so far in the last few laps. He's been sitting quietly in that group. But maybe he's just been reserving a bit of energy for this battle now. They make their way into turn 11. Have a look on the inside. Bintang not close enough on that occasion. Bintang as well. He's been looking really good in this race. It's still a battle of 9 riders for the podium positions. Right down to Judd. On turn 14 we come now. Waku Kunitate leads the way, followed by Togashi. Togashi's going to get a really good drive out of turn 14. This will be practice and rehearsal now for the next couple of laps, just to make sure that they get it right for the final lap. There goes Kabul Irfan. He hasn't gone to the front in a number of laps, and Kabul now on the inside, but even deeper on the inside is Kayam Razin as he moves up into 3rd place. Again, you can just see the confidence that Kayam has around turn 15. Just has that little bit of extra confidence to break a little bit later and take that really tight inside line. The number 7 of Judd now making a move from the back. Kabul now makes a move to the front, and Kabul tries to get the lead away from Togashi, but again, Togashi think the only way to describe Togashi in race 2 is being relentless. He finds his way back at the front, and it's really difficult for anyone to contest him. Again, his front trio, Togashi, Kabil, and Kayan, they just find a bit of extra speed through turn 3. And it just brings them away from the group ever so slightly, but they start building up back together again as they enter turn 5 and 6. Jet now still holding strong. He's moved up into P7. Championship leader Chishiki still struggling to keep up with the front 6 Kabil. He tries to make a move on the inside there, turn 6. It would have been tight. And Togashi has shut the door as they enter into turn 7. 3 laps and a half remaining as they come around turn 7 and 8. Kinda going well wide on the exit of turn 8, using all amounts of curves available. Into turn 9 we come. Togashi still leading the way from Kabil and Kayan Razin. And despite them being a little bit further back, we still have 9 riders in this leading pack. The front 6 look most threatening. It can happen in racing, but you can see that it's a bit of a break there. Down to Jet Placid. Rescue Yusuf as well at the back there, Chishiki. They need to close down to this front 6 if they want hope of a top 3 fight. It looks like they're just stretching that gap a little bit more each time from Bintang. Sitting quietly at the back of this group. Kabil tucking in right behind Togashi, but look at that, look who's come through. It's Haruki Matsuyama, who for the first time in this race moves up into 3rd. Haruki, who had a horrendous start in this race, is now in the fight for the top 3 positions. This was unexpected. Haruki Matsuyama, again, not the greatest of starts, nor here nor in the Chang International Circuit, but this time round Haruki Matsuyama is looking confident for race 2. Kayan there, trying to hold on tightly to that inside line. Nearly lost it there. And here we are now. The final 3 laps. Kayan leads the way into turn 3. Waku Kunitate in 2nd. Haruki Matsuyama, who has the fastest lap of the race at 2:17.006, is in this leading pack and is looking threatening now. Togashi sitting in 3rd. This is what the championship would look like if the checkered flag were to come out right now. Hayato just leading by 2 points from Waku Kunitate. Into turn 6. It's a very wide exit from Kayan Razin on the inside. Waku Kunitate tries to find a bit of space. And still holding on to this lead. I think sitting in the lead is the favorite position as of yet, unless you're trying to make a break. But making a break is not easy as Haruki Matsuyama tries to do a double overtake. Oh, nearly got it ahead of Kayan Razin. But Haruki Matsuyama looking threatening. He is starting to find some great rhythm late on. Haruki Matsuyama sits in 3rd now after setting the fastest lap early on in this race. Bizarre how Haruki has such great pace, but just the start's lacking a bit. He is making up for it now. In the lead is Togashi once again. Kayan Razin tucks in right behind Togashi. And we still have a group of 6 that are tightly bunched at the front. Into the lead goes Kayan Razin into turn 15. This is what we've seen in the most confident. He's able to just hog that inside line better than anyone else. After Chishiki dropping back a bit, you can see the number 16 down the back straight, but just unable to close the gap down to this front 6. You can see him there, the number 16, the championship leader. And into turn 1 we go now. Look at Togashi's aggression. Bintang goes down at turn 1 and clatters into Kotaro Togashi. What a shame for Kotaro Togashi. He did nearly everything right in this race. Relentless was how I described him. And Bintang just bits a little bit more off than he could chew into turn 1. And what a shame. Bintang as well was having such a good race. Oh, absolutely heartbreaking for Togashi. He had just entered the lead, and look at the politeness of Togashi. Oh my word, that was unfortunate. Bintang tried his best to stop it, but just couldn't get away from Togashi. My oh my, what drama we have. That was so unfortunate for Kotaro Togashi and Bintang. I love seeing the politeness from Kotaro Togashi, thanking the marshals for helping him. It was a beautiful gesture from the very talented young Japanese rider. But for now at the front, we only have 4 riders left in contention for victory. Or 5 if we count in a few more at the back, but for now Kabel leading the way. Kaim Razin still with the front 4. Kabel has to look behind and he sees he's not run away yet. Waku Kunitate hot on Kabel's heels. We are in the penultimate lap. Waku Kunitate tries to find a bit of pace now into turn 14. Look at Haruki Matsuyama. What a race he's been having. A poor start for Haruki Matsuyama in race 2, but he's made up for it. He has set the fastest lap of the race, and now he is in victory contention. And on the inside there, look at Waku. He's trying to line a move on the inside of Kabel at turn 15, but Kabel strong and shuts the door as Kaim Razin now moves up into 3rd. Right behind them, Hayato Chishiki is trying desperately to put himself into the fight, but will it be too little too late? Kabel now leads the way into turn 1 as we begin the flying lap. Kaim runs down into the lead into turn 1. It's a strong late braking maneuver by Kaim Razin as he looks to hunt for a double victory on home soil. Kaim leads the way from Kabel Irfan. Waku Kunitate in 3rd. Haruki Matsuyama sits in P4. Does he have enough left in him? Kabel now gets a good drive out of turn 3 and enters turn 4 with the lead. Waku Kunitate, a strong move on the inside of Kaim to take 2nd place away from him. You can see how strong and how hard Kabel is pushing now. Haruki Matsuyama, you can see he's just a bit calm. He's trying to find the gap without risking losing any track position. Kabel there tucks in really early on to get that drive out of turn 6 into turn 7. Now we go around turn 8. We have 7 corners left. Kabel, as it stands, with the checker flag were to come out now, Kabel would lead by 1 point. They enter turn 9. Kaim looks to do a double, but he only gets past Waku Kunitate. Kabel just that little bit stronger on the brakes as we enter turn 10 and 11. Who's going to show the front wheel early on, or will everyone wait until turn 15? Haruki Matsuyama has just been calm sitting in P4, but now he tries to make a move into turn 12 and 13, but was a bit too close for comfort there as Waku Kunitate shuts the door, and Haruki now loses ground. Around turn 14, Kabel leads the way. Kaim right on the tail of Kabel. He's going to get the drive down into turn 15. Kabel now trying to hold off on that inside line. Look at Kunitate. He tries to find that maneuver and he does get the drive into turn 15. Kaim, the latest on the brakes. Kabel unable to stop later than them, but Kaim goes really wide. Kabel early on the throttle. Now it's a drag race to the finish line. Will it be Kaim for 2 races in a row? It looks like it's Kaim Razin who's done it once again. Brilliance on the last lap from Kaim. And a great exit. By the looks of it, it looked like Kaim has just made it across the line ahead. But the results are under a photo finish once again. We will have to see the replay. It did look like Kaim had it. Cavalier for once again at turn 14, just no luck for him. But Waku Kunitate, then this is just provisional. We still have to wait for the official results from the photo finish. But if it stands, Waku Kunitate, a much better result for him. The number 8, he rode a really good race. You can see that Kaim just getting that little bit of extra speed as he comes side by side with Waku, and it does look like Kaim's done it. It really does look like Kaim's done it once again. And yeah, I think when that image is clear, Kaim makes it a double victory on home soil at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit for the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup. From scoring no points at the Chang International Circuit in Thailand to a double victory at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia for round 2. You know, sometimes it takes just 1 or 2 brilliant performances from riders to find that confidence to completely change their season around. And I think we've just witnessed that for Kaim. Brilliance, absolute brilliance around turn 15. You could see that building up the whole time. He was holding that line tighter than anyone else, and he managed to still get a good entry speed and a good exit. What a lap from Kaim. It was a 2:17.3 on the final lap. No one else was close to that. The road to MotoGP, he's got quite a number of great prospects to look out for. I think Kaim's run out of fuel. Was he pointing at the flag? Couldn't tell there. Looked almost like he was pointing at his fuel tank. But nevertheless, what a brilliant season this is proving to be so far. Double victory for Hayato Chishiki in round 1. Double victory for Kaim Razin in round 2. And consistency from Kabel Irfan, and Togashi up till that penultimate lap. And great consistency from Wako Kunitate as well. This championship's going to shift a few places now, thanks to these results. I do believe this puts Kabel slightly in the lead. We'll have to see the proper points calculation. But Kaim comes into Parc Ferme with a very warm welcome. Celebration with the team from the Moto Mini Malaysia Development and the ZK Racing Team. Hakim Danish, his senior there. Very happy to see how his young boys are doing. Kabel there. I'm sure Kabel's going to be gutted, but he can hold his head high. It is 3 podiums in the season for Kabel Irfan. That being said, he's the only one with 3 podiums this season. So Kabel, despite missing out from victory, he can be happy with how he's collected some great points throughout these 4 races. A little bit of a hug between Kabel and Kaim. They had some great battles in Moto Mini Malaysia across a couple of seasons. Kunitate there. Also just acknowledging the brilliance of the 2 riders he's raced with. These 3 riders really put on a good show. Ultimately, Kaim, double victory for him. Wako Kunitate, P2 on the day. And Kabel Irfan with the double podium. So these are the official results for race 2 of the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup. Kaim Razin makes it a double on home soil. Wako Kunitate on the podium in 2nd place in race 2. Kabel Irfan, double podium for him on home soil. And in 4th is Haruki Matsuyama, 5th is Hayato Chishiki, 6th is Judd Placid, a much better race from Judd this time round. Reski Yusuf in 7th, Pacharagon Tongat Lung in 8th. In 9th is Nopropong Bumprawes, 10th is Tyrion Fleming, 11th is Mohamed Badley, 12th is Jake Page, 13th is Winter Song, and 14th is Mahdi Salim, 15th is Maulana Malik, 16th is Tanuchanon Sripusruwan, 17th is Shiyu Chen, 18th is Kotaro Togashi, who crashed out on the penultimate lap. Bintang as well with the DNF. Both of them were involved in that incident. And Nakib, Muhammad Nakib with another double DNF this weekend. Unfortunate outside of turn 8. Didn't see what happened to him, but no points scored for Nakib this time round. staff from the Zaki Racing team stand at the bottom of the podium. So one of their two boys on the podium, Kabel Irfan in P3 for Malaysia. 3 podiums this season for Kabel. And in second place, Waku Kunitate from Japan. A mature ride from Kunitate. And victorious for the second time this weekend. A double victory is Kaim Razin as he climbs up onto the top step of the podium. Cheers all around the circuit as Hakim Danish comes to present the trophies. In third place, Kabel Irfan from Malaysia. Double podium for Kabel this weekend. Hakim Danish, the former Moto4 Asia Cup champion, presents the trophy to Waku Kunitate. And the P1 trophy from Hakim Danish goes to his junior in this class, Kaim Razin from Malaysia. A double victory. Now for the national anthem of Malaysia. There we have it. Kaim Razin soaking it in. Kabel Irfan soaking it in as well. Victory still knocking on the door for Kabel Irfan. You can be certain it will come for Kabel. He's ridden with confidence, consistency. These are 3 great talents, and with them for a photograph is Hakim Danish, the graduate from the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup for the road to MotoGP, and he's there now in the Moto3 World Championship. And you'd have to imagine at least one or more of these trio that we have here. We will see them on the Moto3 grid someday. Next time out, the Moto4 Asia Cup will be heading to the Mobility Resort Motegi, the home soil of a lot of Japanese riders that we have in this class, and that would be really good to see them. The Japanese riders always have a bit of a special recipe when they reach on home soil. And that's it. After the podium ceremony now, we will head to the highlights of what happened in race 2 for the Idemitsu Moto4 Asia Cup at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit.